Good morning, everyone. Hope you all are doing well today.
Hold on, Your Honor, I apologize. Mr. Finling is in the, I think, waiting room, and he's trying to enter, but he's having just some complications. Just wanted to give you a note. Sorry, Your Honor.
Okay, that's fine. Good morning, Ms. Helen. Thank you for that. So we'll be ready to go as soon as everyone's ready to go. Good morning, Ms. Greenhouse. Good to see you as always. And who do we have in courtroom 2? Good morning.
Good morning, Your Honor. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Hanging in there. I'm hanging in there, sir.
All right, very good.
Yes. It's so funny. I just looked at the chat and I see that position 10 is a breakout, and I have him in the chair as we speak.
Okay, and is this your case, Ms. Helen?
No, Your Honor, I have positions 21 through 39. This is Mr. Finling's case. However, again, he's trying to log in at the current moment.
Let me
Okay.
see if I can get put somebody in the chair for you, Ms. Helen.
Thank you.
You can go to position number 25, Mr. Eddie Love.
And that's a negotiated plea, Your Honor. I do believe you have our announcements.
I do. Thank you, Ms. Helen.
Thank you, Judge.
Who's presenting for the state?
That would be Shawanda Brown.
Good morning, Ms. Brown. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Love. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
And it's been indicated that this is going to be, you can put your hand down, Mr. Love. This is going to be a negotiated plea. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation on this case is 12 months to serve 90 days, credit for 17 days, ballots probated, a mental health evaluation, 6-week anger management, stay away from 1328 Peachtree Street, which is the First Presbyterian Church. No further contact with Reverend Kate Culver, that's Culver. No further contact with Officer Douglas, Douglas, Potts, Potts, and no alcohol, drugs, and weapons.
Yes, Your Honor. That is our understanding of the plea. We do accept it and we agree. We stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID, but this is a probated sentence, Judge. So we are asking for those probation fees to be waived, and that once he completes those conditions, if it can be non-reporting, Your Honor.
Ms. Brown, do you have an objection to non-reporting?
I don't, Judge.
Okay.
Understood.
Mr. Love, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to criminal trespass, terroristic threats, 2 counts. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your guilty plea as negotiated, Mr. Love. I am going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Love.
Sorry. Next, we have position number 34, Mr. Darius Walker.
Also a negotiated plea.
Correct, Your Honor.
Yes, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Walker. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation on this case is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for 17 days, balance suspended, stay away from 875 MLK Drive, Atlanta, Georgia. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Yes, Your Honor. We stipulate to the factual basis, video and ID, and that's it.
Okay. Mr. Walker, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 003209G, you wish to plead guilty to loitering and prowling, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, and willful obstruction of the law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Walker. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Next, Your Honor, we have position number 24, Mr. Brandon Logan.
Your Honor, I'm requesting a breakout room, Mr. Logan, if he can hold for that announcement, and we can move to another position between 21 and 39.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Understood.
What about position number 38, Mr. Rodrigo Williams?
I also need a breakout room with him. So
Position 39, Mr. Ronald Williams?
I also need a breakout with him, but everyone else, we're ready.
Good morning, Ms. Champion. Are you there?
Yes, sir. Good
Yeah.
morning.
Good morning. Mr. Fin, okay, I was going to ask about Mr. Finley, and there he is. So thank you. Good morning, Mr. Finley. Can you hear us?
Good morning, Judge. Sorry about that. I
That's all right. I understand you're having some problems.
the Wi-Fi. Yes, I apologize.
Okay. All right. So Mr. Finley's here now, and
I got this last one from Ms. Helen for
Okay.
room 2. Mr. Bernard King, position 23.
Yes, Your Honor, and that is a negotiated plea.
okay. Good morning, Mr. King. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. King? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, sir. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation on Mr. King is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for 14 days, balance probated, alcohol and drug evaluation and treatment if recommended. FVIP, no further violent contact with Tiffany Millage. Last name is Miledge, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
And Judge, that is our understanding of the plea. We just have one update there. The days of confinement is 16 days. So that would make this as a time served offer with the balance probated, which we do agree to. I just want to make sure that we have reflected its days confinement 16, Judge.
Is that your understanding, Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge, and taking a second look, that's fine.
Okay, very good. Mr. King, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 003183E, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery and simple battery against a person who is 65 years or older or who was pregnant at the time of the offense. Is that correct?
Correct.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
I'm sorry.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your plea as negotiated, Mr. King. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation, but I'm going to require that you be on probation for the entire 12 months. But I'll help you out with the fees. Good luck to you, Mr. King.
All right, thanks.
Understood, Judge.
Ms. Helen,
Yes,
you need to speak to all 3 clients?
I do. And I'm about to give you a call now.
Okay. Go to the phone, one at a time. So, Your Honor, we're going to go back to position number 10, Mr. Day.
Okay. And let's see, I think that, okay. This is going to be non-negotiated, Mr. Finley.
What was the name one more time, Judge?
I believe it's position number 10, Mr. Day.
That's correct, Judge.
And Your Honor, good morning, Your Honor. We requested a breakout room for this case.
Okay, and well, I understand that this is going to be a plea, and as such, it's going to have to be on the record. So is there something that I need to hear in a breakout room prior to taking the plea? Ms. Harmon, Mr. Finley?
Yes, since this is non-negotiated, Your Honor, I would like to give you a recitation of the facts and his history, and then
Okay, I understand, Ms. Harmon, that's fine. So if you can put Ms. Harmon, Mr. Findling, are you with us today? Is it Mr. Howard from pretrial?
It is.
Oh, good morning, Mr. Howard. And if Mr. Howard could come into the breakout room with us also. Mr. Walker, do you want to be in the breakout room?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Champion, would you put us in the breakout room, please?
Your Honor, we're ready on positions 24, 38, and 39.
Okay, we've had a discussion, Mr. Day. I am not going to accept a plea from you today, but what I am going to do is I'm going to revisit and modify your bond. It's going to be a $2,000 surety bond, which has been reduced from a $5,000 surety bond with the same condition from the previous bond, which is no further contact with the alleged victim, stay away from MARTA, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons. Okay?
Okay.
So
All
that
right.
way, if you went through a bonding company, Christopher, it would be about $200 plus tax. Okay?
All right, and if you can speak with them later after
Yeah.
the calendar, Mr. Finley.
I will.
Just touch base and we'll go from there, okay?
Sounds good.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Day.
Next, we have position number 11, Mr. Dykes. Position number 11.
Okay, this is a negotiated plea.
And that's correct, Judge. And Officer Norris, if you, once Miss Helen's position comes up, if I could speak to just Mr. Day briefly, whenever you get a chance.
I got you, Zach.
And Judge, I'm ready on all positions. So
Okay, thank you. And let's see, I have down that this was amended from a, is it amended to a battery? What's he pleading to?
I'm sorry, Judge, can you repeat that?
For Mr. Dykes, position 11, I have a note that I have a simple battery on the charge, but I have also a note that it was amended to a battery. So is he pleading to a simple battery or a battery?
We discussed that it was a battery.
Okay, so he's pleading the battery, is that correct? That's your understanding, Ms. Harmon?
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Good morning, Mr. Dykes. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Dykes, you've been charged in case 22 CR 003198J with battery. Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, the state is recommending 12 months to serve, 42 days, credit for time served, 21 days, balance probated, 8 weeks anger management course, and no further contact in this case with the victim. I'm sorry, Judge, I just lost the victim's name. I apologize. Can you give me one moment, Judge? I just.
And while you look for the victim's name, I'll go to Mr. Finley.
Yes, Judge. So we are obviously agreeing to the time served, and Mr. Dykes has agreed to do the 8 weeks anger management. But we are asking for, once he does complete that anger management, that his balance could be suspended. Judge Morrow, Mr. Dykes is someone that since 2017 has been in prison. He's been on probation 4 years now. During that time, and he wants to move on completely from this, and he feels like he's kind of being set up to end up right back here So we are asking for, once he completes that the balance be suspended and he can move on with his life. He's been at Pepsi for 5.5 months now as a forklift driver. Pepsi usually doesn't hire, former felons. They took a chance on Mr. Dykes and they moved him up to working close to 50 hours a week. He was in the Air Force for 3 years. So he's someone that's looking forward to move on with his life. So once he completes that anger management, asking that his balance could be suspended, but if not inclined, non-reporting, Judge.
And Your Honor, just to update, the victim's name is Reuben Manning, and I apologize for the delay on that. It's Reuben, last name Manning, common spelling. And we would not have any objection to, once the conditions are satisfied, that the balance would be suspended.
Okay, very good. Mr. Dykes, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to battery. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir, Your Honor.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Dykes. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms of the probation will terminate, okay?
Yes, sir. Can I ask one question, Your Honor?
You have a right to remain silent, Mr. Dykes. Anything you say can be used against you. Mr. Finley, do you want to?
Yes, sir. Yeah, Mr. Dykes, as long as it's not about the facts of the case. If it was, I would advise you not to speak to that.
No, what about the facts? It was about, was it online? Was the 8-week course online, or do I have to go to anger management? Can I do it online? I think he was mentioning that to me, so I have to miss 3 more days at work. I've already missed 3
Right.
weeks.
So he's just asking, is the anger management class online or is it in person?
I believe it's an online class,
Yeah,
but he
it's
can
Okay.
speak with probation regarding that.
Thank
Okay,
you, sir. Thank you, Your
all
Honor.
right. Good luck to you, Mr. Dykes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, next we can go to position number 24, Mr. Logan.
Okay. What's your announcement, Ms. Helen?
Your Honor, this is a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Logan. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Logan. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation on this case is 12 months to serve, 8 days credit for time served, balance suspended, to stay away from Harold's Chicken and Waffles on 349 Edgewood Avenue.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding of this plea. We do agree. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID.
Mr. Logan, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 005707F, you wish to plead guilty to theft of service. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Were you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Logan. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, next we have position number 38, Mr. Rodrigo Williams.
And that's a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Mr. Williams. Thank you. Ms. Brown?
On this, Judge, we're recommending 12 months to serve 8 days, credit for time served, balance suspended. And we will null pros the second count, the failure to have license on person, and I'll submit that, Judge, if Who should I submit that order to?
So it's in the chat, but, okay,
And yes, Your Honor, we do agree to that plea. We stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID.
okay. And do you see that as Ms. Middlebrooks, Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Mr. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 18 CR 010942J, you wish to plead guilty, the driver while license was suspended. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Williams. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Your Honor, we're gonna go to 4 North, 4 North.
Okay. And who do we have at 4 North?
Oh, no, we have position 28.
28. Okay, that's a negotiated plea.
Correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Pierce. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Pierce? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Put your hand down, Mr. Pierce. Thank you. Ms. Brown.
Yes, Judge, the recommendation on this case is 12 months to serve 120 days, credit for 14 days, balance probated, stay away from Lindbergh MARTA Station if they've issued a suspension, mental health evaluation and treatment, and no alcohol, drugs, and weapons.
And Judge, that is not our understanding of the plea. I was under the impression this was a time served negotiated plea, Judge, so I need a moment to speak to Mr. Pierce.
For number 28.
Okay, well, I have down, there's 120 days, 14 days, credit. So, let's see. Can we put Ms. Helen in a breakout room with 4 North and go to, one of Mr. Finley's cases, I guess back in courtroom 2? Okay, who do we have in courtroom 2?
Position 39, Mr. Williams.
I believe that this is Ms. Helen's case also, and she's gonna be in the breakout room. Mr. Finley's cases are positions 1 through 20.
Okay. Position 1, Mr. Barlow.
Mr. Finley? What's your announcement on Mr. Barlow?
Yes, so I actually just put in the chat a little while ago. I need to please speak with Mr. Barlow before his position's called.
Okay, so we can either have him speak with him now or we can go to someone else. And we need to put 4 North in the breakout room.
Yes, Judge.
Ms. Helen?
Yes.
What about where's Mr. Blue? Position 2, Mr. Blue.
And this is going to be an arraignment and a bond hearing.
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Blue. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Blue, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear from the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Mr. Blue, you've been charged in case 18 CR 005214Y with reckless conduct and willful obstruction of the law enforcement officer. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. Finley?
I do.
How do you plead to these charges, Mr. Blue? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Do we have his bond?
I'm looking at this as a FTA from Judge E, and he said he was to make a cash money on.
Okay. So apparently this is an FTA from Judge Edie, and Judge Edie's indicated that he's to get a cash bond only. I don't know what his current bond is. Do you know, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, I have it. It's a $4,200 cash bond.
Okay, given that Judge Edie has issued that cash bond, Mr. Finley, and I'm reticent to change it at the present time. If you want a modification, I suggest you go back to Judge Edie.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right.
Understood.
It'd be different if it wasn't an FTA. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Blue. Who do we have next?
Position 18, Johnson.
Negotiated plea, Mr. Finley?
That's correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Johnson? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir, yes, sir.
Say it again, I'm sorry. Is that a yes?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, on count one, we're recommending 12 months to serve, 12 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance suspended. Count two, 12 months to serve, 12 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance suspended, concurrent with count one. Count three, 12 months to serve, 12 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance suspended. Stay away from 2575 Harris Street in East Point, which is Tri-City High Schools. And it's concurrent with count one. Nothing further.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. That is our understanding of the offer, of which we do agree, and additionally stipulate to the factual basis, ID, and venue.
Mr. Johnson, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 003358J, you wish to plead guilty to obstruction of a law enforcement officer, giving false information to a law enforcement officer, and loitering and prowling. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir, I am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Good luck to you, Mr. Johnson.
All right.
Davis. Position 7, 8, and 9, Mr. Davis.
Okay. Good morning, Mr. Davis. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Good morning. Yes, sir.
Good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Davis? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Mr. Davis, you've been charged in case 21 CR 003958G with battery family violence, in case 22 CR 002853G with battery family violence, and in case 22 CR 002935G with battery family violence. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusations, Mr. Finley?
I do, Judge.
How do you plead to these charges? Mr. Davis, guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
Okay, we'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Do you know what the bonds are, Mr. Finley?
Yes, I do, Judge. So for altogether, it's about, let's see, about 59,500. Looks like one of the batteries is 6,000 cash and 50,000 surety, and then $3,500 surety. So 59,500 in total.
Okay. Do we have a copy of those? Okay. All right, so I guess what I should do first is get the history. So, Mr. Howard.
Morning, Judge.
Hey, Mr. Howard, how are you? I was talking about the pretrial, Mr. Howard, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's good to see you,
Good
Derek
to
Howard.
see you too, Judge. All right, the other Mr. Howard.
The other Mr. Howard.
Okay, all right.
I hope you're well.
Yes, you as well, Judge.
Thank you.
And Your Honor, we're ready on position 28.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have pretrial on the line? Tucson?
I'm here.
Okay. Do you have the history for Mr. Davis for me?
22 total. Hold on. Last arrest was July 2021 for simple assault. He was out on a pretrial bond. It's been revoked. Hold on. A history out of Alabama. 2008 failed to appear. Robbery conviction. Well, that's from the 90s. Hold on. Go back to Georgia. 2010 parole violation. Another 2010 parole violation. 2008 parole violation. 2004. Everything over. That's all.
And
Okay, thank you.
And I do want to clarify because position, let's see here. So position 9 on this calendar, looking on Odyssey, that's the 50,000 surety. It looks like that. I believe it might be a felony. It has a letter F, but it's on this calendar. So just wanted to kind of clear that up.
Yes, Your Honor. The offense dates are multiple in this case, obviously, but the location appears to be all the same for this. These incidents is 3164 Cushman Circle Southwest. The victim who we did try to.
I'm sorry, Ms. Harmon. I don't mean to interrupt you. I was wanting you to respond to Mr. Finley regarding whether or not position number 9 should not be on this calendar or not.
Let me just take a quick look, Your Honor. Let me go back to Mr. Davis. Excellent.
And
this one.
Mr. Walker?
Good morning, Your Honor. So I reviewed it. It is charged as a misdemeanor. It should be on this calendar. I'm not sure what PD Finley is referring to, but as of right now, it is a misdemeanor. I think we had some prior discussion because he does have 3 battery family violences that are on this calendar. And obviously, if we were to plead to one of those cases, the other 2 will become a felony by operation of law. But as of right now, he doesn't have a prerequisite battery family violence conviction for any of these to be charged as a felony.
And Mr. Walker, just so you know, what I was referring to is if you go on Odyssey and click jailings, 2 of the battery family violences have an M next to it, and then one of them has an F, which was
It might have been an oversight during the intake process at the jail.
Okay.
But I have reviewed his criminal history. He does not have a previous conviction at this time.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Walker. Appreciate it.
Okay, and just for clarification, position number 7, the bond was given on July 30th was a $3,500 pretrial bond. The bond that was for position number 8 was a $6,000 cash bond that was given on May 11th. And the last bond was set by was set on May 11th of $50,000 by a Superior Court of Fulton County Magistrate on May 11th. Okay. So I'm sorry I interrupted, Ms. Harmon.
And I'm sorry, I didn't understand what we were doing, so I apologize. The location, I will just repeat it for the record, is 3164 Cushman Circle, Southwest Atlanta. The victim in the case is Kathy Mulder. It's Kathy with a K-A-T-H-Y, last name Mulder, M-O-U-L-D-E-R. And our office did try to reach out to her, but our attempt was unsuccessful. Your Honor, in the 2021 incident, July of 2021 incident, it appears that it's alleged that the defendant punched the victim in the face multiple times, and she had an abrasion above her eye in that incident. Same victim, same location. In February of 2022, he entered the apartment with a key that he had and began attacking her. After kicking in the bedroom door, he immediately punched her in the face, and she had a visible injury to her right eye. And then 3 months later, in May of 2022, same location, same victim, he forcefully pushed her to the ground, and Ms. Mulder did sustain minor scratches, which is visible harm. In light of the history and the danger that he specifically presents to this victim, and that the fact that he had an FTA in this case in 11 of 2021, we would recommend a bond for position 7 from a $3,500 signature bond to a $3,500 cash bond. In position 8, we would recommend that the bond remain the same, $6,000 cash. In position 9, we would recommend that the bond remains the same, $50,000 surety bond. No further contact with the victim, Kathy Mulder. Stay away from the incident location. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. And a 1-day anger awareness course. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Finley.
Yes, Judge. I'm obviously asking for a bond reduction. And while I do hear it, they want to increase the $3,500 one to a cash. I mean, it might as well be $1 million because he can't afford that as is. I am asking for a bond reduction altogether between these three to be a $10,000 surety bond to at least give him a fighting chance to bond out and to fight these charges from the outside. As we know, bond is not a matter of guilt or innocence, but rather to ensure his return to court, of which I really did stress to Mr. Davis the importance of returning to showing up to court and respecting the legal process in that way. And he assured me he would. He is born and raised in Atlanta. He does have very, very strong community ties, as this is where all his family lives. He would not be a threat to Ms. Mulder. He stated he does not want contact with her. He has no problem not having contact with her. So that will not be an issue. Obviously, I do recognize there are 3 family violences and the seriousness of that. I 100% recognize that, but he is presumed innocent. And I would hope that he can fight these charges from the outside. So that's why I'm asking for a $10,000 surety bond between these 3.
And Your Honor, we did ask for an increase on that that first case, position 7, because it was an FTA in this case in November of 2021. And I got an update on the contact, and apparently our office was able to make some contact with the victim, and VWAP has indicated that the victim is fearful of the defendant. and that contact was made on 5/11. And she does not want him to return, Your Honor. So she doesn't want contact either.
Okay, so you're the one who mentioned respecting the legal process, Mr. Finley, and
Yes, sir.
if you know anything about me, the one thing that really bothers me is when someone doesn't respect the legal process. In July of 2021, he was to have no further contact with Ms. Mulder. Whether he's guilty or innocent of these charges, a judge said that he was to have no further contact. He obviously violated that, I don't know, in some way, because he was again arrested for the same charges. On May 11th, he was also given the same stay away orders, and he's apparently violated that on 2 different occasions. Someone has just reviewed his bond back in May, and I'm reticent to change their view of the case, given that it's been less than a month. So I'm not going to change the bonds at this time. All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Davis. Who do we have next?
Okay.
I'm ready on position 28, Judge.
And what are we gonna do on position 28?
Judge, this is a non-negotiated plea.
Okay, and for the record, I'm just gonna start from the top again. Mr. Pierce, I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is a state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Let's see, Mr. Tucson Howard, do you have his history?
33 total. He's on probation for felony shoplifting and felony obstruction out of Superior Court. Last arrest was March 31st. Trespass in DeKalb County. So he's homeless out of South Carolina. Hold on. 2018 arrest in South Carolina for malicious injury to personal property. That was a conviction. Entering premises after warning, conviction out of South Carolina. That's 2018. Another 2018 entering premises with a warning, I'm sorry. 2018 defrauding a hotel, boarding house, or restaurant conviction. Another 2018 entering premises after warning, conviction. Marijuana conviction 2018. He got a lot of those entering premises with a warning. Out of South Carolina.
Any type of similar charges to what he's charged with here, Mr. Howard?
Let's see. Yeah, scrolling. But I don't see any other yet.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. As you can see from the warrant, Mr. Pierce entered the Lindbergh MARTA station and completely exposed himself to the passengers there. As pretrial stated, he has about 19 cycles from South Carolina, 15 cycles from Georgia. Although most of them are criminal trespass and shoplifting, it seems as though his trespassing has escalated. And so, of course, we have some concerns for the community. Of course, they shouldn't be exposed to him completely bearing his entire body. For that reason, Judge, we are recommending 12 months, 120 days, credit for time served of 14 days, the balance probated. Stay away from the Lindbergh MARTA station, a mental health evaluation and treatment if recommended, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, Judge.
Yes, Your Honor. This is a non-negotiated plea. We are asking for time served. He has spent 14 days of confinement at the Rice City Jail. He was booked in May 25th. Judge, when I spoke to him, he understands the seriousness of this case, but as you heard in his history, this isn't something that Mr. Pierce is consistently doing at all. There was an exposure. He said not to people, not to offend anyone or to be on display to anyone. So if someone saw, that was not an intention for Mr. Pierce at all. He wants to resolve this case, Judge. He understands how serious that was. He hasn't had any previous charges to say that he does this consistently. We're asking for time served, Judge. We understand for the mental health evaluation and treatment. He wants to complete that. He wants to complete the probation. But since it is a probated sentence, he does have income, Judge, but at this moment, he doesn't due to incarceration. So we are asking for at least some of those probation fees to be waived for Mr. Pierce. And that's all, Your Honor.
Does he have a place to live?
I do have yes, Your Honor, I do have a 275 Pryor Street, Atlanta, Georgia, 30303. I also have a good working number for Mr. Pierce. And also the job that he believes he'll be able to return to is the City of Atlanta Solid Waste Services.
All right, given his history, Ms. Helen, I'll give him 50 days to serve, cutting it down from the 120 days. He's going to have to be on probation the entire 12 months. I'll waive the fees for him, and he'll have the mental health evaluation and treatment, and to stay away, and of course, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
And Judge, I just want to make sure with that recommendation, that's 11 additional jail days.
If he gets 2 for 1. Do you need to talk to your client?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Do you need to go into a breakout room?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. If you can put Ms. Helen and 4 North back into a breakout room, please. And can we go back to courtroom 2? Do we have any of Mr. Finley's cases left in courtroom 2?
Hey, y'all, I'm sorry.
That's all right. I was asking if we have any of Mr. Finley's cases left in courtroom 2.
I got Mr. Brandon Johnson, position number 18. No, Mr. Kelly, position number 20.
Number 20, okay. Well, Mr. Finley, I've got negotiated plea, but jail time at issue.
Oh, I apologize. It's negotiated plea, Judge.
Okay.
Time served, so we won't worry about that.
All right. Good morning, Mr. Kelly. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do. Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down. Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, the state is recommending 12 months to serve, 32 days. Credit for time served, 16 days. Balance probated, I believe that's supposed to be an 8-week anger management course. I don't know if that would change anything for you, Mr. Finley.
It wouldn't.
Okay, anger management class, no further contact with the victim, Avery Harris. Stay away from the incident location, 1599 Ocala Avenue, Southwest Atlanta. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. That is our understanding of the offer. Obviously, we do agree to the time served. We would just ask that once he does complete that 8-week anger management class, if the balances of his probation could either be suspended, so terminated, or non-reporting, Judge.
Any objection?
No objections
Okay, to
to suspension.
determination, okay.
That's correct.
Mr. Kelly, it's my understanding in case 22 CR 003202H, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, Your Honor.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Extremely, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you've given up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your guilty plea as negotiated, Mr. Kelly. I am going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it will terminate, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Kelly.
And Judge, we're ready on position 28.
What are we doing? Position 28.
Mr. Pierce does agree to your recommendation of 50 days. I do believe I got that correct, 50,
That's correct.
because it'll be 11 additional jail days. And he does agree.
All right. Anything further? Ms. Brown?
No, Judge.
Mr. Pierce, it's my understanding in case 22 CR 003290Y, you wish to plead guilty to public indecency, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time? I believe 4 North is frozen. We'll give them a moment to get back online.
No, sir, I'm not under influence.
You're not, okay, thank you, sir. You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes, sir, I am very.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept your guilty plea, Mr. Pierce. The sentence is going to be 12 months to serve 50 days, credit for time served 14 days. The balance will be probated, mental health evaluation and treatment if necessary. Stay away from the Lindbergh MARTA station, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. I'll waive the fees for you while you're on probation, but you're going to have to be on probation for the entire 12 months, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Pierce.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, next case 35, 36, and 37.
Yes, Your Honor, that is all one person.
So we've got 35 is negotiated and 36 and 37 are non-negotiated.
Correct, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Are you with me, with Mr. Williams?
I don't know if they're froze.
Can you hear me, Mr. Williams? 4 North, it seems to be going in and out. Mr. Williams, can you hear me?
Yes, sir, I can hear you.
Okay, very good. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Pre-trial, Mr. Howard, can you give me the history, please?
Get the rest. 2019 theft by taking conviction out of state court. 2020 probation violation. And he had a Forest Park hold. That's all. He don't have any violence.
Ms. Brown?
Judge, how do you want to handle this? The negotiated one first? The negotiated plea on number 35?
We can do that. We can take care of that first.
Okay. For position 35, on the recommendation on that case is 12 months to serve 24 days, credit for 12 days, balance probated, and no violent contact, no further contact. Well, Judge, I'm going to amend that. No contact with the victim in that case, Renisha Solomon.
That's your understanding, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, and I just wanted to know the amount of the restitution.
Judge, at this time, we're not asking for any restitution.
Understood, Judge.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Helen?
No, Your Honor.
I'm going to go ahead and take this plea since it's negotiated. Mr. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 20 CR 005709A, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You have to answer loudly for me.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury? You don't want a jury trial, do you, Mr. Williams? You don't want a jury trial, do you, Mr. Williams?
I didn't hear you, sir. Can you repeat that?
Yes, you understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and by pleading guilty to the charge, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty? Nobody's forced you to plead guilty, have they?
No.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as negotiated. Ms. Brown, given that there's no restitution, is there any reason that there shouldn't be balance suspended?
Judge, we're asking for him to remain on probation in part due to the other charges that we'll address momentarily.
Okay, well, in this case, since there's no restitution and really no reason for him to be on probation for this, it's going to be 12 months to serve, 24 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance suspended in this case. I'll address the other two cases in turn, okay?
Understood, Judge.
Okay, so let's move on to cases 36 and 37. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. In case number 36, that is the battery, family violence battery. The victim in that case is the same person as the case we just pled. That is Renisha Solomon. In that case, Judge, he's accused of attacking her, of pulling her legs and ripping her pants, of taking a pipe and smashing the front window and the rear window because she had broken up with him. When someone tried to intervene, Miss Alicia Morris, he punched her as well, Judge. So in addition to already having taken her phone, here we find him attacking her, striking the car, and attacking an innocent bystander who's trying to prevent him from attacking her. That's in the position 36. And position 37, Judge.
Hold on, Ms. Brown. So let me just get position 36 cleared away. The battery family violence is against Ms. Solomon, is that correct?
Is against Ms. Solomon, yes, Judge.
And who's the battery against?
The battery is against Alicia Morris.
Okay, and the criminal trespass and damage to property, that was for, did you say?
Taking a pipe and striking and smashing the front and rear windshield of the car.
Okay, thank you. And you can move on to position 37.
Yes, Judge. In that case, he's charged with simple assault and hindering a 911 call. In that case, he's accused of punching Ms. Steed in the face and attempting to stop her from calling the police.
Anything further, Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. I believe he's here on, and I think he may be in on an FTA in this case, if I'm not mistaken. The recommendation for both of those cases is 12 months to serve, to run concurrently, primarily the judge for all the aforementioned facts as what happened. This is the second time he's in an incident with Mrs. Solomon. He's attacked somebody, an innocent bystander, Ms. Morris. And then you have another victim on the simple assault case, Judge. I know that the pretrial mentioned that he doesn't have any convictions, but he does have a prior simple battery from 2019, and we didn't show a conviction for that. So this is not the first time he's had a run-in with some type of violence towards an individual. And for that, Judge, our recommendation is 12 months.
Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, this is a non-negotiated plea. We are asking for a recommendation of 60 days to serve concurrent for both cases, Judge. When I went and spoke to Mr. Williams, these allegations are quite violent, Judge. And when I spoke to him, this was an argument between Alicia Morris is his aunt, and Ms. Solomon was his previous partner. Judge, they also had 2 girls together. And as you can see, this happened between April and May, back to back. And as you heard from the state, this is his first time with any type of aggression or affiliation with some type of violent crime, Judge. And he wants to resolve these cases. He wants to accept guilt, but I am asking for a recommendation of 60 days to serve to resolve both of these cases. He wants to be able to get out. If there's probation that is mentioned for these cases, Judge, he agrees to those, an FBIP course, a stay away from Ms. Solomon, even though they had 2 children together, third-party visitation with those 2 girls. And again, a stay away. I have an address from the first position 36 of 960 Newtown Circle. And then position 37, a stay away from Ms. Steed, Darian Nisha Steed, and a stay away from 1827 Honeysuckle Lane. Judge, he agrees to this and he understands how serious these cases are and he wants to resolve them in a recommendation of 60 days to serve.
How old are the children?
The children are with Ms. Solomon, and 1 year old, 3-year-old, 2 girls.
Okay. I don't see 4 North on here, so we can't move forward until he comes back.
Understood, Judge.
So let's see. Okay.
Oh, there they are.
Hello?
Sir.
Okay, you back with us, Mr. Williams? Mr. Williams? Are you with us, Mr. Williams?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Given his history, and that these are the first allegations that involve any type of violence in his history. Has he been in custody for those 12 days on these charges also, Ms. Helen?
I have that he's been in custody since the past 14 days, May 25th.
May 25th.
Okay, so 14 days.
Yes, Your Honor.
Judge, if I may, I neglected to mention, may I add one thing, Judge?
Yes.
After the theft by taking, the one that we just played of the phone with Ms. Solomon, there was a stay away from Ms. Solomon in which he violated when he committed the battery against her on the 9th of 2022.
Okay, there was no further contact?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Helen, it's going to be for the battery family violence positions 36, 12 months to serve 100 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, family violence intervention program, no further contact, stay away, third party visitation. And position 37 is going to be the same but that's going to run consecutive. He's going to be on probation for 2 years. I'll waive the fees while he's on probation, but he'll be on supervised probation for 2 years.
But the recommendation is for just 100 days, not another consecutive.
Well, they're different. Well, the recommendation, the recommendation is for 12 months to serve, right?
Understood, Judge.
So if that's what he wants to accept, that will be the sentence.
Judge, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. I'm not sure if you said it, but.
Yes, Ms. Brown. Yeah, I will. Do you need to discuss that with him, Ms. Helen?
I do, Judge.
Okay. We'll put you back into a breakout room. Okay. Say it again. It's okay. Thank you. In position 29. Okay. Who do we have next?
Position 1, Mr. Barlow.
All right, good morning, Mr. Barlow. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Are you with us, courtroom 2? Is it raining outside?
Yeah, we're having bad Wi-Fi connection here.
Okay. Mr. Barlow, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good morning. Can you raise your right hand for me?
Yes, sir.
You swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
What's your announcement, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, this is going to be a negotiated plea.
Okay. Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. The state is recommending on the speeding charge, time served. On the DUI, the recommendation is 12 months to serve, 24 hours, credit for time served, 24 hours, balance probated, a $300 fine, 40 hours of community service, a risk reduction course, an ADET examination, and a victim impact panel, and time served on improper lane change.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, and was that 24 days? Just want to.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Okay, I just want to make sure it's on the plea paperwork that I fill it out. No worries. Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of the offer, of which we do agree. We would just ask that probation fees could be waived for Mr. Barlow for a period of time. And that once he completes those conditions, if he could be non-reporting.
Any objection to non-reporting, Ms. Harmon?
No objections.
It's 24 days, credit for time served 24 days. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Mr. Barlow, it's my understanding that you wish in case 19 CR 001072E to plead guilty to speeding failure to maintain lane, and DUI. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Barlow. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Barlow.
Thank you.
Position 39, Williams.
Okay, I think this is Miss Helen's case, and she's still in the breakout room. So is that all you have in courtroom 2?
Yeah, that was our last one.
Okay, so we'll get that. We'll take him up when Miss Helen comes back. Can we go to the South Annex?
Yes, that's fine.
Yes, Your Honor. One second. Ms. Jess. Come on.
And Officer Milton, we have to do someone that's positioned 1 through 20, just to let you know.
She's position 13 and 14.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, Ms. Gist. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me?
What's the
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Put your hand down. What's the announcement, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. For both positions, it'll be negotiated plea.
Okay. Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. For position 13, the recommendation is 12 months to serve, 10 days, credit for time served, 10 days, balance suspended, stay away from 2625 Piedmont Road, which is a Marshall's location. Do you want me to do the recommendation for 14 as well right now?
Yes, please.
All right, and the recommendation for position 14 is 12 months to serve, 10 days, credit for time served, 10 days, balance probated, an anti-theft course, and to stay away from North Point Mall at 420 Cortlandt Street Northeast. Nothing further.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. That is our understanding of the recommendation, of which we do agree. We would just ask that for position 14, once she completes the anti-theft course, if her balance could be suspended, but if not inclined, then non-reporting. And if also her probation fees could be waived, Judge.
Any objection to termination, Ms. Harmon?
There are no objections.
So am I released today?
Within 24 hours, Ms. Jess.
I'll be released.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Ms. Gist, it's my understanding that in case 17 CR 023778F and in case 18 CR 004760J, you wish to plead guilty to 2 counts of theft by shoplifting. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, as long as I'm clear that that it's only probation and it's no more time served.
The recommendation, Ms. Gist, was 12 months to serve 10 days, credit for time served 10 days. So it is a time served plea. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, as long as we're clear that if I plead guilty, that means that my time is already served and I go to stay.
Okay, do you have a question about what I just said?
No, I just want to be clear.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know how much clearer I can be, Ms. Gist.
All right.
Okay.
I'm nervous, sorry.
All right, no, I understand that. You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, I'm very happy, please.
Okay. You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, but can I say one more thing?
Okay, let me just say, Ms. Gist, you have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. So a lot of times people think that, what they say might help them, but, I have not pronounced a sentence on you yet, and I could change my mind, so.
Yeah. Ms. Gist, yeah, you're about to get time served. I don't want you to say anything relating to your case that might negatively affect you, ma'am.
Okay, so I think my last question was, do you understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes,
Has anyone forced you or coerced you to plead guilty?
no,
I will accept the pleas as negotiated. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation, Ms. Gist, and as soon as you complete the anti-theft course, the probation will be terminated, okay?
thank you so much.
All right, you have a good day, Ms. Gist.
You too.
All right, so Ms. Helen, are you back with us?
Yes, Judge.
So what are we gonna do?
And Judge, we will be entering a plea of not guilty. We're going to be waiving the bond hearing and arraigning the case, Your Honor.
Okay, so, so you do want, do you want to follow a written waiver of arraignment, or do you want me to arraign?
I will file a written waiver of arraignment today to Ms. Middlebrooks, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so that takes care of Mr. Williams, is that correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right, have a good day, Mr. Williams.
Williams. Talking to you.
All right, have a good day.
All right, so we are back to courtroom 2. Tell me again who we have.
This is position 39, Williams.
That's a negotiated plea, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Williams. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you can put your hand down, Mr. Williams. Thank you. Ms. Brown?
Judge, this is just the time served offer. I believe he served 9 days, if I'm not mistaken, and so it's just 9 to serve credit for time served.
Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding. Time served, balance suspended plea. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID.
All right. Mr. Williams, it's my understanding that in case 15 CR 007683Y, you wish to plead guilty to theft by taking. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Williams. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
So are we completing courtroom 2?
Yes, we are, Judge Morrow.
Okay, thank you. I'll see you this afternoon.
Okay, see you later. Thank you.
Who do we have for South Annex?
Position 27, Jasmine Payton.
This is a negotiated plea, Ms. Helen. Negotiated plea, Ms. Helen. I believe Ms. Helen's frozen now. Is everybody else with me?
Yes.
Okay. So we'll wait till Ms. Helen gets back online. Mr. Finland, are you there?
He's interviewing Ms. Hodges, Your
One second.
Honor.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Judge, I'm just talking to,
All right, so Ms. Helen's frozen, so we can't, so as soon as you're ready, Mr. Finley, you can complete your business. I'm sorry.
yeah, yes, sir.
I didn't know
Right,
that
no
you
problem.
were on the phone. Go ahead.
Thank you, Judge.
So we will be in a brief recess until someone comes back. Let me see. Position,
I apologize, Your Honor. My computer cut off, but I'm back here now.
Okay, all right. And this is position number, is this position 29?
27, yes, sir.
And this is a negotiated plea, Ms. Helen?
Correct, Judge.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Payton. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation on this is 12 months to serve 60 days. Credit, credit for 18 days, balance probated, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, no further contact with Wisteria, that's WISTERIA, Turner, FVIP, and alcohol and drug evaluation and treatment if recommended.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our.
You're on mute, Ms. Helen. I can't hear you.
Yes, Your Honor, that is our understanding of the plea. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID.
Ms. Payton, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 003205B, you wish to plead guilty to battery, family violence. Is that correct? You're on mute, South Annex.
Speak up, please. Speak up. And answer him. Okay.
Okay, so you do wish to plead guilty to battery, family violence. Is that correct, Ms. Payton?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
Yes, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Payton. I am going to waive the probation fees while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet, but you're going to have to be on probation for the entire 12 months, okay? All right, good luck to you, Ms. Payton. Who do we have next?
We can do Ms. Strong, position 33.
Good morning.
Good morning, Ms. Strong. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, ma'am? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, Ms. Strong. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation is 12 months to serve 90 days, credit for 48 days, balance probated, 8-week anger management, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, no further contact with the victim, which is Karen Cusey, that's CUSIE, and stay away from Lindbergh MARTYR Station.
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of that plea. We do stipulate to the plea. It includes a balance probated, so we're asking for those probation fees to be waived. And once she completes the anger management, if it suspended, Your Honor.
I'll let it go to non-reporting, Ms. Helen. Is there any objection to non-reporting, Ms. Brown?
No, Judge.
Ms. Strong, it's my understanding that in case 21 CR 007553A, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery against a person who is 65 years or older. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Strong. I'm going to waive the probation fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Strong.
I get to go home.
It was a time served plea. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next, we have position 29, Ms. Sandoval.
And it's my understanding that we have someone, are they still in the courtroom on position 29?
Yeah, it's her brother.
Oh, okay. All right.
Her son.
Ms. Sandoval's family is in the courtroom with me, just to let you all know. And what are we doing with Ms. Sandoval?
Judge, this is a negotiated plea.
Okay. Good morning, Ms. Sandoval. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. You can put your hand down. Thank you, ma'am. Let's see, Ms. Brown.
Yes, this is a recommendation is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for 14 days, balance probated, 4-week anger management, no further contact with the victim in this case, and I believe I have the wrong person's name, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. If you give me a moment.
I had the victim listed as Boyd Norris.
And that's correct, Judge.
What's the name? What's the name, Ms. Helen?
Boyd Norris, B-O-Y-D, Norris, N-O-R-R-I-S.
Okay. Anything further, Ms. Brown?
No, Judge.
Ms. Helen?
That is our understanding of the plea, Judge. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID. It is probated. We are asking for those probation fees to be waived. And if the state is amenable after those anger management classes are complete, reporting.
You asked for non-reporting, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Your Honor.
The objection, Ms. Brown?
No, Judge.
Ms. Sandoval, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 009956E, you wish to plead guilty to battery, substantial physical harm. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and not by pleading guilty to it. You're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
I will accept the plea as negotiated, Ms. Sandoval. I'm going to waive the while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And as soon as you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Next, we have position 16, Ms. Hodges.
And this will be a negotiated plea, Judge.
She got time, so she'll be on probation. Oh, so she gonna get out. If she don't have any other hope. She'll probably be out like Wednesday, right?
Okay, good.
Within 24 hours.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Hodges. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Ms. Hodges. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Ms. Hodges. Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, the state is recommending 12 months to serve, 24 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance probated, the FFIP program, no further contact with the victim, Shakina Aderin. I'm going to spell it Shaneka, last name Adeniran. No further contact with that victim and to stay away from the incident location of 1906 T Ridge Parkway in Alpharetta. Nothing further.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. That is our understanding of the offer, of which we do agree. We would just ask that once she does complete that family violence class, that it could be non-reporting. And also I did speak with the alleged victim who did state her mom stated that she did want contact with Jeremiah.
Say it again, Mr. Finley. Once
She
no-
does one contact. Yes, sir.
Ms. Harmon?
Yes, that is the victim. We did, I don't have any, we weren't able to speak to that victim, Your Honor. So since we weren't able to speak to the victim, we would ask that we would keep it as no further contact with the victim, who is the mother in this case. And, go ahead.
And you have spoken with the victim, Mr. Finley, is that correct?
It was her mom. Yes, I spoke with her mom this morning.
Okay.
She stated, yeah, she
All
said she
right.
did want contact, and also that it would, contact is important, as Ms. Hodges actually just had a baby, and it's an infant at this point, and they would
Okay.
help take care of it.
All right, so there'll be no further violent contact. Okay, anything further?
Yes, Your Honor. I think I didn't put on the record for what we were doing with the cruelty to children charge.
Okay,
Okay, so let me just amend that, 12 months to serve, 24 days, credit for time served, 12 days, concurrent to count 1, balance suspended, just so that the record reflects that.
okay. Anything further, counsel?
Nothing further. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Ms. Hodges, it's my understanding that in case 19 CR 006146A, you wish to plead guilty to battery, family violence, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, sir.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, sir.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, sir.
Okay, I'll accept the guilty pleas as negotiated, Ms. Hodges. I'm going to waive the fees while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And once you complete the terms of the probation, it'll go to a non-reporting status, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, Ms. Hodges.
Thank you.
Next, we have position 19, Ms. Johnson.
And Ms. Shawanda Brown, can you check your chat, please? Thank you.
Yes, please, thank you.
What's the announcement on Ms. Johnson, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. That is going to be a bond hearing, arraignment bond hearing.
Okay.
What we on?
19. Good morning, Ms. Johnson. I'm Judge Eric Moore. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes, sir. Thank you for your time.
Okay, you're welcome, ma'am. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can put your hand down, Ms. Johnson. Ms. Johnson, you've been charged in case 19 CR 004199Y with simple battery family violence. This charge carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. Finley?
I do.
Okay, how do you plead to this charge, Ms. Johnson? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty, sir. I didn't do that, sir. I was arrested.
Ma'am.
That's all you need to tell me, Ms. Johnson. Thank you.
I'm
No.
sorry.
That's all right. Your not guilty plea will be noted and your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. What's the current bond, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, the current bond, sorry, I just exited out of it, but it's, looks like it's, I believe it's a $1,500 cash, it looks like.
Was there a failure to appear?
I believe there was, yeah, it was $500 surety.
Okay. And Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor, this occurred on 5/5/2019, 920 at Estates Drive, it's ESTES Drive in Atlanta. The brief facts are is that the defendant is alleged to have swept bleach water into the hallways, in the hallway, and the victims in this case, who are Florence Barnes and Frida Barnes, they had a dispute with the defendant because some of the bleach water came into their room, and during the course of the dispute, the defendant is alleged to have splashed bleach water onto Miss Frida Barnes. The police were then called out in the matter. We believe that this presents a danger to the victim as it could have caused a very serious injury to the victim, Ms. Frida Barnes. Your Honor, we would ask that we would keep the bond in place because of the FTA primarily, which was on 5/10/2022 in this case. No further contact with the victims, a one-day anger awareness course, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons.
Would you put the offer on the record, Ms. Harmon, please?
What was that?
Would you put the offer on the record?
The offer, I thought this was a bond hearing.
It is a bond hearing, but I'd like for you to put the offer on the record, please.
Okay. I apologize. Let me just.
That's all right.
19. Back to 19. We offered in this case 12 months to serve, 12 days, credit for time served, 12 days, balance probated, 8-week anger management class, and no further contact with the victims.
Thank you, Ms. Harmon. Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. I am asking for a bond reduction in this case, and I do recognize the FTA, which I did review with Ms. Johnson and really stress to her that she needs to be at court. As we just heard, it is a time served deal, which I conveyed to Ms. Johnson. That being said, she does not want to take that and does want to fight this charge. She is currently not in a very good place. Obviously not only emotionally, but also physically. She has serious nerve damage and has trouble walking and moving around. She is 67 years old, so she's bearing down quickly on reaching her 70s. And I am asking for a signature bond on behalf of Ms. Johnson.
Why did she miss court, Mr. Finley?
I didn't get to discuss. We spoke before court. I did not get to further discuss that with her, to be honest with you.
Does she have a place to live, and do we have a good address?
Yeah, so Ms. Johnson, I had wrote down your address. Is it apartment B or apartment D?
Apartment B. I didn't do this.
Okay, no, ma'am, I understand. Just don't speak to the facts, okay?
I didn't sign the ticket. That's why.
Okay, Miss
Apartment number. Apartment B as in boy.
B as in boy. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Finley, just make sure we have a good address for her, okay?
I will. Yeah.
Because I'm going to give her the opportunity to get out, but if she misses court again, then she won't get the opportunity again. So it's going to be a $3,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with the alleged victim, Ms. Barnes, no drug, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. So Ms. Johnson, I'm giving you the opportunity to get out, but if you miss court again, you won't be given this opportunity again. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Johnson.
Do I get out? Yes, yes. Your Honor, ladies, please. Your Honor. That is how much?
Officer Milton.
What is, Blake, keep it down, please. That is how much?
$3,000 signature bond through the jail.
Okay, thank you so much, sir.
Okay. Have anyone else at the South Annex?
That's it, Your Honor. Everybody. Who has a question? Speak up. What's your question? Okay, Ms. Sandoval wanted to know if she was getting time served.
Yes, time served, balance probated. Is that Ms. Sandoval Gonzalez?
Yes.
Correct?
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right. See you this afternoon, Officer Milton.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. See you then. Who do we have before South?
21, 22.
Say it again.
21 and 22.
Okay, thank you. You're very low. This is Mr. Kemp.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is going to be negotiated plea.
Yes, Judge.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Kemp. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yes.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Who's presenting for the state?
I'm sorry, Judge, that would be my case.
That's fine. Go ahead, Ms. Brown.
Yes, Judge. On the number 21, the recommendation is 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for 34 days, balance probated, FVIP, mental health evaluation and treatment if recommended, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, no further violent contact with Bridget Traylor, and that's Traylor.
Yes, Your Honor. That is our understanding of the plea. We do stipulate to the factual basis, venue, and ID.
And Judge, on number 22, do you want me to move forward with that
Yes,
recommendation?
please. Yes, go ahead, Ms. Brown.
It's 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for 34 days, balance suspended on that one, no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, stay away from North Avenue Station, MARTA Station.
And Judge, we are
concurrent with the previous case.
Okay.
understood, Judge. And I would ask for the probation fees to be waived for position 21, since it is a probated sentence.
All right. Mr. Kemp, it's my understanding that in case 22 CR 001095C, you wish to plead guilty to battery family violence. And in case 22 CR 002681C, you wish to plead guilty to fair evasion and criminal trespass. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with her representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No.
I will accept the guilty pleas as negotiated. I'm going to waive your probation fees while you're on probation, Mr. Kemp, to help you get and stay on your feet. But you're going to have to be on probation for the entire 12 months for the battery family violence, okay?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
I have a question.
Ms. Helen?
It's one paper was saying that I was that I have a hold for a warrant.
Judge, I didn't see.
Can you discuss that with him after court, Ms. Helen?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. She'll give you a call this afternoon, Mr. Kemp, to discuss whether or not you have a hold, okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Thank you, Ms. Helen.
Next is 30, 31, and 32. Smith.
These are all negotiated pleas.
Correct, Judge. And it's the same person.
Okay.
And for South, is Mr. Green or Mr. Garrison there by chance?
I have Mr. Green.
If I could speak to him whenever you get a chance, sir, I would appreciate it.
Okay, it's gonna be after this case, but we had
Okay.
a workout session.
No worries. Thank you.
Good morning, Mr. Smith. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Can you hear me, Mr. Smith?
Yes,
Okay, and you agree to have your case heard by video?
yes,
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
yes.
Okay, you can put your hand down. Thank you, Mr. Smith. Ms. Brown?
Judge, the recommendation on 22 CR 3293A is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for 15 days, balance suspended. Stay away from 250 Marietta Street College, which is Marietta Street, which is a college football hall of fame.
Okay, you can go to the others.
To the next one. On 22 CR 887A, the recommendation is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for 15 days, balance suspended. Stay away from 267 Marietta Street, that is the Hilton Embassy Suites, concurrent with 22 CR 3293. The last case, 22 CR 888A, The recommendation is 12 months to serve 30 days, credit for 15 days. On this one is balance probated. Mental health evaluation and treatment if recommended. No alcohol, drugs, or weapons. Stay away from, I've already mentioned the 267, but also 200 Baker Street Northwest and 200 Park Avenue West, I think is the full address, Atlanta, Georgia. And that is to run concurrent with 22 CR 3293 and 22 CR 8887.
Yes, Your Honor. That is our understanding for all three cases. For the last case, it is a probated sentence. We are asking for those probation fees to be waived. And once he completes that condition, if it can be non-reporting.
Objection to non-reporting.
No, Judge.
Mr. Smith, it's my understanding that you wish to plead guilty to 3 counts of criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol at the present time?
No.
You have to speak up for me, Mr. Smith.
No, sir.
Again, was that a no?
Yes, that's a no.
Okay. You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with your counsel's representation?
Yes.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on these charges, and that by pleading guilty to them, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury. I can't hear you, Mr. Smith. I still can't hear you.
I got the mask on.
Okay, speak up as much as you can. You don't want a trial by jury, do you?
I don't understand.
I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, I can't hear you. Do we have someone at Forest South that can assist Mr. Smith? We can't hear you all.
I don't know what's going on.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Okay, I can hear you now. You don't want a trial by jury, do you?
For those accounts.
Yes, for these counts.
I do.
Okay, so you do want to, you understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury. Do you understand that? Okay, Forest South, I can't take this plea if I can't hear him. So you're all gonna have to do something so that I can hear Mr. Smith.
You're talking low, so I'm not sure what's going on.
Okay, so this is something that's going on with Mr. Smith and not with the sound system.
Nope.
Mr. Smith, can you
Hear me?
speak up?
Yes, ma'am.
We heard that, so if you could do that a little bit louder, that would be great.
Okay.
Okay, you understand that you are giving up your right to a trial by jury by pleading guilty to these charges. You understand that?
Yes.
Has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No.
And I'll accept the plea as negotiated, Mr. Smith. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation, and once you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status. All right, good luck to you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, can we get that breakout session for position 14 green?
Okay.
Yes, please.
She is
Division 3.
We're ready for Mr. Green.
Okay, what position is this?
That's position 15.
Okay, and what's the announcement?
Yes, Judge. This is going to be a bond hearing.
And he needs to be arraigned.
Yes, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Green. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Thank you. Mr. Green, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Is that a yes? Okay, you have to speak up for me.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You can put your hand down, Mr. Green. You've been charged in case 21 CR 001464E with cruelty to children in the third degree, battery, substantial physical harm, and battery family violence. Each of these charges carries with it a maximum penalty of 12 months in jail and/or $1,000 fine. Do you waive formal reading of the accusation, Mr. Finley?
I do.
How do you plead to these charges, Mr. Green? Guilty or not guilty?
Not guilty.
We'll record your not guilty plea. Your case will be returned to the division judge and you'll get notification of your next hearing date. Do we have a bond amount, Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. The bond right now, it looks like is a $3,000 surety bond.
Do you know how that's broken down?
Yes, Judge. It looks like it's $1,000 for each.
Pre-trial, Mr. Howard, is there a history?
Yes. One moment. All right, hold on. We got 12 cycles. Got a probation violation from May 2021 out of Chatham County. He was convicted for ag stalking, 2021 out of Chatham County. He's currently on probation for that. They gave him 1 year to serve, 9 years probation. 2020 out of Fulton for battery. That was dismissed. Out of 2020 battery, simple battery arrest. I said disposition for that. Another 2020 out of Savannah, Chatham County, battery DV, theft by taking. It just says transferred to state court down there. Also on probation for fleeing an officer felony, because they gave him 3 years. That's out of Chatham County. 2018 failure to appear, Chatham County. Misdemeanor obstruction conviction 2018 out of Rincon. I don't know what county that is. Sale of marijuana conviction from, hold on, 2017. That says Thunderbolt Police Department. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Finley.
Yes, Judge. So he is here on an FTA. There was a return to sender. He was incarcerated from May 2021 till May 2022. And it looks like, if I'm reading it correctly, that was in May. It looks like this was sent out. I'm just looking at the return to sender. It was sent out in May. I wanted obviously to see his proof of incarceration. I was unable to because he states that it's in property at the jail. So I was not able to see that to confirm. But that's what he told me yesterday, that he was that window of when he was incarcerated. And it wasn't until today that this morning I got to look at when the next court date was. So I am asking for a signature bond, as he would have unequivocally been to court if he would have received notice. I did plan on contesting the no further contact, but I was with the child and the girlfriend, but I was unable to reach either of them. But I was asking for a signature bond because of his incarceration, Judge.
Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. our recommendation for bond would be that the bond amounts would stay as a surety bond. In light of the fact that there is the FTA in this case, the defendant is responsible for keeping the court apprised of his address. Furthermore, there is another FTA that Mr. Howard spoke to out of Chatham County in 2018. There are also similar offenses in this history with the open battery family violence. And that what I found in Chatham County records is that one of the victims, Ms. Stewart, it looks like she did apply for a TPO in 7/2020 against the defendant. And that would have been in Chatham County. So I don't believe that contact with Ms. Stewart would be appropriate or contact with the child would be appropriate in this case. Your Honor, it looks like this occurred on September 3rd of 2018 at 3373 Fairburn Road in Atlanta, apartment S153. It looks like it was just a general altercation in which the parties, the defendant, Ms. Jamaya Stewart, Jamya, last name Stewart, common spelling, and Talasia Buckner, Talaysia Buckner, who is Ms. Stewart's sister, I believe, that they were in a general altercation with the defendant. And it's alleged that the defendant punched Ms. Stewart in the face, causing a lump under her eye, and that he also struck Ms. Buckner as well, and that the one-year-old son was present during this incident, hence the charges. But based on the FTAs, the history of FTAs, the similar offenses, and the danger to the victim that he presents, I don't believe that we should reduce the bond or change the bond amounts in this matter. I also would ask that you would include stipulations of no alcohol, drugs, or weapons, no further contact with the victims, to stay away from the incident location, and a one-day anger awareness should he make bond. Nothing further.
I'm going to leave the bond where it is. I think $1,000 good is generous for each of these charges, given in light of that this is 2018 and there have been convictions for similar offenses since. So the bonds will remain the same.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good luck to you, sir. Who do we have next? For South. For South.
I can't really speak, Judge.
You have a right to remain silent, sir. Mr. Finley can give you a call after court today if you have anything that you need to discuss with him.
Yeah, Mr. Green, if it's regarding the facts surrounding your case, I'd strongly advise that you don't say anything, sir.
Okay.
I still gotta pay the bond.
Yes, yes. So it's a $3,000 surety bond. So you can go through a bonding company. So which would be around $300, give or take, plus tax. Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Green.
All right, Judge, I'm going down to 3 South for the next 2 cases.
Okay, thank you.
Position 40 says a felony transfer. I don't have
And what position is that?
position 4.
4. Let's see. One of the solicitors, position number 4. It says that there's a transfer, but we don't have a transfer order.
I will make sure you get it, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Walker. I appreciate it.
We got, position 26, Moreland.
That's a non-negotiated, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Moreland. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we're conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video?
Sir.
Thank you. Can you raise your right hand for me, Mr. Moreland?
Sir.
Can you raise your right hand for me?
Sir.
Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Sir.
You can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Brown?
Yes, Judge. The recommendation on this case is 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for 32 days, balance probated, 2 weeks anger management, no further contact with Lynn Morrison, and no alcohol, drugs, or weapons. If I may go a little bit further, Judge, as you know from the warrant, he's accused of pushing Miss Morrison and then throwing a hairspray can or a can of some sort and hitting her in the head, causing a laceration. As for his record, Judge, he has about 40 cycles, 6 felony convictions. Those are a combination of robbery, burglary, and drug charges. He has at least 5 misdemeanor convictions. At least one of those is a battery, another is a simple battery. In addition to those convictions, Judge, he has at least 2 other simple battery arrests and 3 other battery arrests, so a total of about 5 battery arrests and 4 simple battery arrests. He's in jail currently on an FTA, and we've had contact with the victim. She has indicated that he does need anger management. And so given his record and the incident, Judge, our recommendation is that 12 months to serve, 60 days, credit for the 32 days, balance probated with the additional conditions I mentioned before.
Thank you. Ms. Helen?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I have pretrial read his history, please?
2011 battery conviction, 2012 simple battery, no low. State was correct on the total arrests. We got 40. 2014 probation violation for battery. Just have that fade to appear. 2019 felony possession of marijuana. What else? Just robbery. All right, that's it.
Yes, Your Honor. I wanted to get his history because when I spoke to Mr. Moreland, those charges are not recent. 2011 battery, 2012 simple battery. He has no contact with Miss Morrison. In fact, he believes she's out of state. So there is no contact with that individual. He does not want contact. This case is about 4 years old. That's why I wanted to ask for this to be time served, balance suspended. Mr. Moreland has no contact with Miss Morrison, understands that there is no contact with Miss Morrison, and has maintained that for the last 4 years. And yes, Judge, there are FTAs, but for this case, and when I spoke to Mr. Moreland, I have an updated address and an updated phone number because he wasn't even aware of those FTAs for this particular case. So Judge, yes, we're asking for time served, balance suspended for this case. And that's it, Your Honor.
I'm going to order the 2-week anger management, Ms. Helen. I mean, so I'm going to go with the state's recommendation. If he wants to take that.
And Mr. Moreland, are you willing to do the 2 anger management classes with this probated case? He's muted, but he nodded his head. 3 South.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Judge, and since it is probated, we're asking for those probation fees to be waived. And if once those conditions are completed, if the state is amenable, if it can be non-reporting.
Any objection to non-reporting, Ms. Brown?
No objection, Judge.
All right, Mr. Moreland, it's my understanding that in case 18 CR 006242F, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol today?
Yes, sir.
You can represent it by counsel. Are you satisfied with your representation?
Yes, sir.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Sir,
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
I'm sorry.
I'll accept your guilty plea, Mr. Moreland. The sentence will be 12 months to serve 60 days, credit for time served 32 days, balance probated, 2 weeks anger management. No further contact with Lynn Morrison, no drugs, alcoholic weapons while on probation. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation to help you get and stay on your feet. And when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status.
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Moreland.
Thank you, Judge.
Ms. Heather, what that mean on 12 months probation? What that mean?
Mr. Moreland, I'll give you a call, okay?
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
All right, next case, 12, position 12.
Okay, this is negotiated.
The negotiated plea, Judge.
Good morning, Mr. Garrison. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the state all-purpose calendar that we are conducting by video to help prevent the spread of the virus. Do you agree to have your case heard by video? Can you hear me, Mr. Garrison?
Yeah.
Okay, and you agree to have your case heard by video?
Yeah.
Can you raise your right hand for me? Do you swear affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can put your hand down. Thank you. Ms. Harmon?
Yes, Your Honor. In this case, the state is recommending 12 months to serve 28 days, credit for time served 14 days, balance probated, 8-week anger management course, no further contact with the victim, in this case, Gail White, and to stay away from the incident location of the cross-section of Spring Street and Linden Avenue. Nothing further.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge, that is our understanding of the offer, of which we do agree. We would just ask that once he completes that anger management, if his balance could be suspended, but if not inclined, non-reporting, Judge.
Any objection to non-reporting, Ms. Harmon?
No objection, Your Honor.
Mr. Garrison, it's my understanding that you wish to, in case 22 CR 003292E, you wish to plead guilty to simple battery. Is that correct? You have to answer yes or no.
Yes, sir.
Are you under the influence of any drugs or alcohol this morning?
No, ma'am.
You've been represented by counsel. Are you satisfied with with his representation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that you have a right to a trial by jury on this charge, and that by pleading guilty to it, you're giving up your right to a trial by jury?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced or coerced you to plead guilty?
No, nobody is.
Was that a no? Okay, the question is, has anyone forced you to plead guilty?
No, nobody forced me.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Garrison. I'll accept the plea as negotiated. I'm going to waive the fees for you while you're on probation, and when you complete the terms, it'll go to a non-reporting status. Good luck to you, Mr. Garrison.
And Judge, so I did not receive a probation revocation calendar, but I did receive a petition from Ms. Harris for him.
Okay, so Mr. Garrison is also a probation case. Okay, is someone from probation on the line?
Your Honor, Ms. Harris.
Hi, Ms. Harris. Do you have Mr. Garrison's probation revocation case?
I do.
Okay, are you ready to proceed?
Are you ready, Your Honor?
Say it again. So this is, we're ready for Mr. Garrison's probation
Yes.
revocation.
Yes, sir. Garrison was sentenced to probation on February 21st, 2022 in case number 21 CR 0064 on the charge of simple battery. And when he was sentenced to 12 months probation and to complete 12 weeks of anger management, he never reported to a probation nor provided proof of those enrollment of those classes. He has 5 months and 8 days left on his case. Probation recommendation is to revoke his remaining balance to probation.
Mr. Finley?
Yes, Judge. Stressing to Mr. Garrison and stress to him that obviously, he has these conditions that he has to complete the anger management, and he has to report, which Mr. Garrison now understands. We're obviously asking to not revoke the balance and asking for him to continue on probation and make sure that he completes the anger management in a timely manner and, absolutely has to report, which I believe he will do.
Okay. I'm going to give him one more opportunity. He is to report to probation within the next week. Ms. Harris, if he misses any time reporting, he's to come straight back here, okay? If he misses one day, he's to come back. And Mr. Finley, he's to sign up for those classes within the next 2 weeks. Okay?
Understood, Judge.
He
Understood.
does not, Ms. Harris, please bring him back. And at that time, the balance will be revoked. So he's going to get one additional opportunity. If he doesn't comply, then he's going to be right back where he is.
You understand that, Mr. Garrison? Do you hear the judge?
But they said that I gotta report to probation officer.
Yes, report and sign up for the classes. Exactly what Judge said.
Okay? All right. Good luck to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Finley, you need to speak with him to reiterate what happened today, okay?
Mr. Garrison, is you talking about?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ms. Harris.
Yeah, Mr. Garrison, I'm going to speak with you in 1 second.
Okay, anything further, Officer Harris?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Three South, who do we have next?
Everybody. I don't have nobody, Judge.
Okay, well, we still have some people on the calendar that we have not, position 6.
I need to make a couple announcements, Judge.
Okay.
The South Annex was unable to retrieve Miss Craig, who's number 6. So she will need to be reset, Judge.
Well, you want to reset her till next week?
Yes, if I could, until next Tuesday, if I can.
Okay, so that's the 14th, I believe. And which one? Okay, that's it. All right. Thank you, 3 South. We appreciate it.
And 3 South, I put my phone number in the chat. If Mr. Garrison can please call me.
He has.
Okay, so when Ms. Middlebrooks is ready, we'll go on the calendar.
Position number 1 was a plea. Position number 2 was arraigned, reset jail jury. Position number 3 was released, reset further notice. Position number 4 was transferred to Superior Court. Position number 5 has been reset SAP June 9th. Position number 6, reset SAP June 14th. Position number 7 was arraigned, reset jail jury. Position number 8 was arraigned, reset jail jury. Position 9 was arraigned, reset jail jury. Position 10 was arraigned. Well, no.
Arraigned in a bond hearing?
Okay, I know it's a bond hearing. It's a bond modification for a $2,000 good bond. He's been reset to the SAP for June 14th. He said he was arraigned.
I don't think so.
Position 11 was a plea. Position 12 was a plea. Position 13 and 14 were pleas. Position 15 was arraigned, reset jail jury. Position 16 was a plea. Position 17 has been reset to the SAP June 21st. Position 18 was a plea. Position 19 received a $3,000 sign-on bonus through the jail, reset further notice. Position 20 was a plea. Positions 21 and 22 were pleas. Position 23 and 24, 25, 26, and 27 were pleas. Position 28 was a plea. Position 29 and 30 were pleas. Position 31, 32, and 33 were pleas. Position 34 and 35 were pleas. Positions 36 and 37 have been reset jail jury. Ms. Helen is to file a waiver of arraignment on those two cases. Position 38 was a plea. Position 39 was a plea. And the probation and revocation case was to continue on probation.
Okay, any questions, concerns? All right, if not, I will see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you,
All right.
Judge.
I'll have a
Your
good
Honor?
day. Yes,
I just have one for the 2 o'clock calendar, and we're
Okay.
gonna go first because I have an interview at 2:30.
okay, so, we'll-
So I'll be on. It's just Miss Hampton. I don't know her position as of yet.
okay, all right, so, I'm happy to take you first.
Thank
Officer
you.
Wilson. All right, we'll see you all later. Have a good day.
All right, thank you.